Michelle here with Crafty Flutterby Creations. Today I'm going to demystify reading charts and share a couple of my favorite tips for making them easier. Check out the description below for links to the patterns and the swatch. The chart that I'm going to show you is for this swatch, and it's a great practice piece for reading charts for my other Tip Tuesday tutorials about cables and future tutorials about lace, bind off, and cast on. It's also great for the color swatching for Warwick Reflections or the Mystery Knit Along starting this Labor Day. So I have my chart in this chart keeper, which keeps it nice and safe when I'm not using it. It's from Erin Lane Bags. She does awesome stuff. So when we open it up, the printed page slips inside. The first thing I always use is highlighter tape. You can see you can kind of see through it and kind of not. And I use it to help note which row I'm working on. So this means I'm on row 12. And then when I'm done with row 12, I can move the tape up. If you're just starting out, you might want to move the tape every row. I tend to move the highlighter tape every other row. The other thing that makes charts much easier for me are highlighters. Lots of colors of highlighters. For me, the slip knit stitches are difficult to remember when the slant is going this way or this way, and sometimes the key isn't lined up in the same direction as the chart. So I've highlighted the slip knits in yellow, and you can see on my chart they're yellow there as well. And the knit two togethers I highlighted in green, and here they're green. So now I don't have to remember which direction of angle means which stitch. It's a lot easier to remember the colors. And then since the chart was designed in color, but I'm a cheapskate and I printed it in black and white, I don't have the red repeat lines or the blue stitch marker lines. So I've highlighted the stitch marker line in the key in purple and on the chart in purple, so that I know after I knit 3 stitches from either edge I should have a stitch marker there. That also means I can repeat between until I get to the correct number of stitches before the stitch marker. And to replace the red repeat between line, I used a pink highlighter, which I noted on the key and on the chart. And those are the tips for making chart reading easier. If you've never read a chart before, this one is worked flat, which means that you read it from different directions depending upon which way you're working, and it matches the way the stitches will look on the needle. So on the right side, you actually start over here when the right side of the work is facing you, and work from right to left. Then when you're on the wrong side row, you work from left to right. Some of the stitches mean different things when you're on the right side or wrong side facing you. Most of the elaborate stitches, when I do them, are the same thing and only used on a specific side. But quite often the knit and purl are knit on the right side, purl on the wrong side, or purl on the right side and knit on the wrong side. Let me show you what I mean. On this sample, the 3 edge stitches, on the right side that's blank, which means it's knit on the right side. When coming back on the wrong side, the purl dot means that it's knit on the wrong side. This creates the garter edge that keeps it from rolling. Then when we get to the lace stitch pattern, it's knit on the right side and purl on the wrong side, which gives it the stockinette look in between the lacy stitches. For the cables, you could also highlight the different cable symbols to know whether they're front or back. I notice this by whether the line looks like it's going behind or in front, and that helps me figure out which stitches go where. This is filled in reverse stockinette, which means that it appears to be purled on the right side and then on the wrong side it's knit. For these 2-color cables, that helps them to really stand out. This is the color swatch, which works for Warwick Reflections, Pendeen. This is the color swatch in the same colorways as in the Pendeen shawl from Destination Yarn, and also my upcoming mystery knit along in the rough. Since it's a mystery, I thought it'd be really helpful to have a way to practice the way these colors would work together in a stitch pattern similar, but not the same, as what's in the actual pattern. And again, this whole swatch, stitch pattern, the chart, and the written instructions for it are available on the blog post linked in the description. If you've never read a chart before and you can handle cables and lace, this would be a great stitch pattern to practice on. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Tip Tuesday. Happy crafting!